Hello guys, and welcome back to the vlog. This is going to be a recap of April on my part, and what I've been doing for the whole month of April and what I haven't been doing and all the things. We're working with a bit more lighting today than I would like to have. It's fairly sunny today, sometimes cloudy, but I hope the light isn't too bright. I guess I'll find out watching this back afterwards when I've finished filming. So yeah, today is May 5th, which is, I realized earlier today, means that May 5th 2020 is 117 years since my granddad was born. He's no longer with us. He passed away many years ago, but it's still it's still kind of a big day to me. He was a very special person to me. Also, my oldest brother is born today on May 5th, so I will be sending him some happy birthday wishes later on today. I don't think he's watching the vlog. Well, who knows, maybe yes. So yeah, May 5th, spring has definitely arrived here in Sweden now. Actually, it arrived a few weeks ago. We had some really nice weather, and then it was about a week where it got a bit cooler again, and we actually had a bit of snow towards the end of April. But now the spring is here for sure. Trees are starting to get all the leaves, and yeah, things are starting to grow. So yeah, where to pick up from last time, I don't know. I will try to keep it a bit shorter this time, because the last couple of vlogs have been really long. So let's start with the work situation. I actually haven't worked at all during April, not as an employee anyway, because there's been so much stuff to do and to handle with my kids and their move here, and get everything organized with their schools, and they do need some professional help as well. The 14-year-old is having severe issues sleeping, so we've been to the doctors with him, and he's trying out some melatonin and a couple of more other things to get things back on track for him. At the moment, he's so exhausted he hasn't been in school for a couple of weeks, which, no, he's got a lot to handle. He needs to prioritize his mental health right now, and so we're working on that, and we're working on getting his sleep back on track again. I am happy to say though that the 16-year-old is doing very well. He's studying online, and it works so well for him. I wish I could have that same thing for my 14-year-old. It would be a tremendous help in this situation, but unfortunately we're not allowed to do that in Sweden. The only reason the 16-year-old is allowed to do that right now is because of the COVID-19, so they have closed down all the schools for everyone above elementary school level. So unfortunately that is not happening for him. I am hoping, however, that when all this blows over and they start looking at what the effects have been of COVID, that there are so many students in Sweden who are doing so much better when they can study online instead. I'm hoping that will lead to a permanent change in the future. But I don't have any high hopes that my 14-year-old will benefit from that, because he's only got 2 more years in elementary school and then he's done. So, but you know, one can dream, one can wish. So that's the status for the kids. They're actually, all things considered, doing okay. My 14-year-old is, as long as he gets to stay at home and he tries to, you know, he can sleep when he needs to and when he's able to, which is kind of the major issue here. He can like get up at 7 in the morning and he still won't be able to fall asleep again until 4 o'clock the next morning, and there's not a lot he can do to change that. So, you know, he's trying, we're all trying, and of course it does affect his mood and his ability to to handle the mental stuff, the psychological stuff that he needs to work through as well. Makes that harder. So, but we're getting there. We're getting there. We got an amazing doctor for both kids, the same guy, and I'm very, very happy about that. So I'm feeling very hopeful. I'm feeling positive about the whole thing, and I think we'll get everything in place for him as well. And like I said, the 16-year-old is he has things as well that he needs to handle, but overall, on a day-to-day basis, he's actually doing quite good. Still, there's been a lot of things to handle and to take care of, and to a lot of administrative stuff basically. So I couldn't work in April. I had to just take a step back from that and get everything organized, take care of the kids, and prioritize that instead, because I haven't had the energy to work as well, and I've needed to be here for them. So April was a no work month employee wise, but I've still been very busy. Very, very busy. Yeah, so let's see what else. Yeah, so like I said, spring is here. I have been taking the opportunity to grow a lot of seeds and getting things started. I have this idea that I'm going to be growing a lot of stuff this year. I've been wanting to do so for the longest time, but I've always been working so much, and I've basically never been home. I never had the time to handle that as well. But I think now this year I'm going to step it up a bit and get some more stuff going. So I have some tomato plants, 7 of them actually. I put down some seeds for cucumbers yesterday. I have bell peppers, I have chili, I have leek, spinach. Actually threw down a few seeds for pumpkins, which is something I've never grown before, which will be very interesting to see if I succeed in that and if they will actually grow here. I don't know. They should. We've got pretty good climate here. I did also, I've done some flowers as well, and I've been browsing through my stash of old seeds, and I found some more flowers and things that I want to grow, so I may actually get started on a few more things later today. It's, like I said, it's May 5th, so I'm kind of late for some of these, but then again, not really, there's still time to get things started and have stuff grow. And later on in the season I am planning on building something out in the garden to grow more vegetables like potatoes and sweet potato and carrots and purple carrots. But I need to dig up a piece of land to do so, because I would like to say I have a lawn. I don't really. I have a lot of moss. That's what I have, which makes it very soft and nice to walk on, but it's not much of it's not a pretty lawn. And I've come to realize that we don't really spend that much time in the garden just sitting in the garden and I don't know, playing and all that. But instead we utilize it for cooking food and for growing food, and I kind of stepped up my game slowly over the past couple of years since I started, or actually since I stopped working as much as I used to. And so I'm just simply stepping it up again this year. I'm very excited to try to grow sweet potato. This is something I've never done either, so I'm very excited about that. I'm hoping that I will be able to do that. And I have this idea also that I want to grow a lemon tree and an orange tree and I don't know, lime tree as well. Those don't do very well where I live. It's we have 2 long and cold winters for them. But I'm thinking maybe I could have a small one that I could have move inside when it gets cold, then it can move outside when the weather is nice, and maybe if I'm lucky I will get some fruits. Who knows? I want to try it anyway, just for fun, you know. It's nice to learn as well. Avocado is something I also would like to grow. But the main focus this year for what I want to grow as for stuff that produces food for us, I will be focusing on tomatoes and cucumbers, bell peppers. I'm sorry, I'm looking at them right now. I have them in my window. I'll insert a bit of footage here. You can see some of the stuff that I've started already. But I will be focusing on tomatoes and cucumbers and bell peppers and chilies and spinach. I think will be the main stuff. Yeah. And I'm also planning, because I do have a greenhouse, but it's broken and it's set in a very bad position in my garden, and it's really old, and somewhere along the line years ago, way before I moved to this house, it became the home of ants, you know, like the little black ones. And I tried to get rid of them a few years ago and it was just absolutely hopeless. So what I really need to do with the greenhouse is to get it out of the ground, or out of this spot that it's in, move it away from all the ants. And I also need to clean it properly, and there's a lot of broken windows in it as well. So I'm thinking that's a project for, you know, somewhere down the line in the future. I'm not going for growing something in it this year anyway. Instead, I'm going to probably have all of the tomatoes and cucumbers, bell peppers and chilies inside in my house. I have like really big windows, and I'm thinking that'll be their greenhouse this year. I know we did that way back when I was a kid and I grew up in northern Norway. I remember we had at least cucumbers. I do believe we also had tomatoes that we were growing in the living room window, one of the living room windows. So I thought I'd try that, because it does get really hot and sunny and nice. So I think it could be good. It could be good. I'm excited about that. Also, I am going to try to get a more bee-friendly garden, or bees and butterflies and bumblebees and all those. I want to grow flowers and plants that attract them to my garden, because I want to do my part in making good surroundings for pollinators, and I want, of course, to have pollinators in my garden. So that is something I'm also going to continue working on this year, and try to get some more flowers and stuff growing in the garden for that purpose. So yeah, it's fun. It's a lot of fun. I'm really looking forward to this season of gardening and growing stuff. And actually, I was also thinking maybe I should do like a weekly or maybe a bi-weekly vlog on the stuff that I'm growing this year. I don't know. What do you think? So that it's more like a theme. Maybe I could do something from, you know, starting now maybe and until the end of summer, and we'll just see what happens and what I'm able to grow and what I'm failing at, you know, all the stuff that I'm doing. Maybe I should do that. I think that would be fun, actually. That would be fun. I'm going to try to do that. I'm not sure if it'll be weekly or bi-weekly, but I'm going to do something. So, you know, keep a lookout for that. In other news, I have been, what have I been doing? Oh, I did my taxes yesterday, which is, I know I should not complain, at least not when I hear what my American friends have to go through doing their taxes, because we have it so easy here in Sweden, even though I do taxes for my personal taxes as well as my business. But it's still something, well, let's be honest, I hate doing it. I hate doing that stuff. I wish I could afford to hire someone to do that instead. It's the first thing I would do if I had a business that was up and running to that level where I could afford that. because it's something I really, really hate doing. And I tend to put it off until the last minute, which I did again this year. The deadline was midnight yesterday. And although you could have an extension up until June 1st, which I actually applied for when we were starting to get towards the afternoon yesterday, and I was starting to get worried that I wouldn't be done in time and be able to send it in by midnight. But I kept chugging along at it, and I got everything in, I got everything registered, and I did the bookkeepings for 2019 and, you know, all that stuff. And I did the taxes and the declaration. Everything was done. So I had like 42 minutes prior to midnight. I could just push the send button and get that in, which felt so good, so good. And the funny thing is that even though I really hate doing the taxes, every time I do so, I feel so happy that I have my own business and that I am able to do it, that I have, I don't know, I love being a business owner. And I wish I could be a business owner in a larger scale than I am now, where I could truly support myself and my family as well, that they could work in the same business. It could be like a family thing, even though maybe we had different things that we worked with. So it's kind of a dream, I guess, to get to that point someday. And I always feel very, very, very happy about having a business, even though at that moment when I'm doing the taxes, even though I hate doing the taxes, which I guess is kind of odd. I guess the natural thing would be for me to feel that, oh, I'm going to quit this, I don't want to do this. But oddly enough, I don't feel like that. I'm thrilled that I do have a business. So there you go. So I did the taxes. Very, very happy about that. Whole year until next time. Yay. Hopefully I will be able to get some stuff, some projects this year as well. I don't know. I haven't been focusing on that much because, like I said, my life took a very, very unexpected turn in early March or in like February or early March this year. So everything, or a lot of things, were kind of put on hold. And at the same time, I have sent an application to start studying to be a radiographer. So, but I'm thinking that I want to be an independent radiographer later, and I will kind of rent myself to hospitals and stuff, and so that I'm still my own. It's still my own business. I don't know. We'll see. I do really love being a business owner anyway, so I'm hoping I will be able to do that. Other than that, I've been sewing, knitting, and I keep building on my me-made wardrobe, which I love, and I love it even more every time I find a new pattern or piece of clothing or something that I just really love and that I make for myself. Lately, past few months, it's been a lot about underwear, and I've been trying out different types of patterns and finding that the things that I make are not only cheaper than buying them at the stores, but it's also a lot better a lot higher quality, and I'm loving it. And I don't know why homemade clothes are seen as something lesser than store-bought, when in fact things that I make myself are custom made. They are tailored for me, by me, and the quality is a lot better, and I get something that's, you know, I could choose the colors and fabrics that I want, and I get something that is like truly me in every way. So I'm starting to feel more like a snob, I think, compared to those who buy all their clothes, which is kind of odd. For I guess the general opinion still is that, you know, a snob would buy his clothes, he would never make them. Go figure. Oh, and speaking of that, I also finished a knitting project. I just thought I'd show you. This is something that I affectionately call the horrible boho cardigan. This is a project I've been working on for, oh dear, 3 years? 2.5, 3 years now, I think. And this is actually the fourth one of them. It's a pattern I've been working on. And I'm not happy with how the sleeve turns out. Like the setting, this, I don't know, this is something about the decreases here that just doesn't quite appeal to me. And also, excuse me, this peacock pattern up here is a real pain in the you-know-what to make, and so I don't know if that's a pattern I will ever release. I'm just happy that I'm at a point now where I have done 4 of these and I am ready to photograph all of them and, I don't know, just show them off, and then I'll decide later on whether or not I will actually finish that pattern and release it. I don't know. We'll see. It looks good, it's pretty, but it's such a hassle to make, and it's just not working out the way I want it to, which happens. It happens sometimes. So I don't know. Maybe I should do a short video on that cardigan as well. Maybe just only about that and show you the 4 different ones I made, and we'll see. I'm feeling kind of inspired to make more videos. Can you tell? So we'll see. Actually, I think that's it. I think that's all I got to report for now. Things are just coming along. Things are taking a lot of time, of course, due to COVID and all that. But, you know, you just keep at it. My life hasn't changed much at all because of COVID, because since we're living the way we do, we're not very social people in my family. So for us, it's the same as always, except for the part where the kids, or the 16-year-old is able to work from home or study from home now, which is a benefit to him. And yeah, so life is good here. It's coming along nicely, and yeah, that's it. I'm going to finish off here. I think that this probably became quite a long vlog anyway, even though I attempted to make it a bit shorter. But maybe if I start making more videos and more frequently, I won't be so long-winded in my personal vlogs. So I hope you're having a awesome spring wherever you are, and I hope that you are not too affected by COVID either. I hope you're well, and yeah, I will see you next time. Bye.